Hi everyone, it's Rachel. Today you're going to learn the purl stitch. Now if you remember from working the knit stitch, when you do a knit stitch, the top of this loop is going to end up behind your new loop. Well, when you make a purl stitch, you're doing the exact opposite. Your new loop is going to be behind your old loop, which makes this little bump back here. So to work this, our yarn with our working end is going to start in the front. We're going to take our right needle from back to front, insert it through the back of our first stitch. Then once again we're going to wrap our working yarn around counterclockwise, and then we're going to pull our new stitch off, and we've just worked a purl stitch. So we insert our right needle through the back, wrap our yarn around that needle counterclockwise, and pull that loop out through the old. Insert back to front, wrap our yarn around counterclockwise, that's our new loop, and we pull that loop out through the old loop. Wrap it around counterclockwise, pull our new loop out. And through the back, or the right side, wrap our yarn counterclockwise, pull our new loop out. And through the back, counterclockwise, pull our new loop out. And now you know how to work a purl stitch. And then when you get to your end of the row, you can turn your work, and if you knit back across, you're going to get this stockinette stitch. So you're going to knit all the right side rows and purl all the back side rows. So now you know how to work a garter stitch, which is when you knit both sides. You can make this stockinette stitch. We knit across the right side, purl across the back. But you can also do so much more now. You can make ribbing, which is this stretchier stitch, which is commonly found in like sleeve cuffs or at the bottom cuff of a shirt. And you're going to knit one stitch, purl the next stitch, knit one stitch, purl the next stitch. As you can see, this is the knit stitches and then purl stitches. And then when you turn your work around, you're going to do the exact same thing. Knit one stitch, purl the next stitch, knit one stitch, purl the next stitch. You can also make this moss stitch, which I really love. You're going to do basically the same thing. You're going to knit one stitch, purl one stitch, knit one, purl one. But then when you turn your work, you're going to do the exact opposite. So you're going to knit where you had a purl stitch and purl where you had a knit stitch. You can also do ribbing in any number of sets. You could do knit 2, purl 2, knit 2, purl 1, anything you can think of. You can even make really fun textures and images by if you knit all the stitches and then you could purl stitches in the center in the shape of a star. There are so many things you can do with this. So now you know how to make a knit stitch and a purl stitch, and now you're capable of doing pretty much any beginner pattern. So if you have any questions, make sure you ask in the comments below. Otherwise, stay tuned for our next lesson, which is going to be how to bind off, which is taking all of these stitches off of your needle, ending your work. Thanks, and have fun knitting!